So some of the other things I wanted to highlight, since I got attention from all of you wonderful people today, there is other things that are happening in the background which will become big news in towards the end of 2022. Like for instance, crowdsourcing a cyber attack. Now, there were several new tactics that the hackers tried. Reply phishing was one of them. There's another one where they got a group of their friends or fellow hackers, so to say, to actually sit and start scanning, run these dummy scans on certain networks to generate a lot of false positives and sort of load the SOC teams, and to ensure that they are kept tied down or bogged down while they carry out other acts from a distance or target other parts of the infrastructure. This is again becoming a strategy and a tactic by these hackers. The intention being very clear, which is to essentially keep the SOC teams tied down to ensure that they don't really they're not able to function at their right efficiencies. Again, we have done some research around this in terms of this whole SOC fatigue thing that comes in, and we were told that it's been tough for the last couple of years with the kind of work environment changes that have happened. It has been very tough on the SOC teams. A lot of them have been really fatigued in more ways than we can imagine. There were skill shortages again due to various people leaving their organizations and things like that. So everything happened in a very short period of time. But fortunately, it didn't translate it into anything big, anything significant. We were very lucky at that. But then again, as systems are coming back to normal, the hackers are still keeping their attentions focused. And we don't know what really happened in this period from a reconnaissance perspective, how many reconnaissance attacks have been carried out, how much data has been collected by hackers, because we're seeing a lot of these dead dumps and data being exchanged on the dark web in terms of targeting certain organizations with certain specific data points that they're discussing out there. Again, we are not sure whether these are legitimate or otherwise, but then again, this targeting is not going to come down anytime soon. Critical infrastructure, manufacturing, aviation, mining. Aviation and mining are two industries which need to really watch out this year. Mining, especially in North America, will be targeted very significantly this year. That's our prediction. You can hold it against us towards the end of the year. So we would be urging mining and aviation companies to really up their guard in the next coming months, because there's a lot of chatter that's happening on various forums about targeting firms in these two verticals, so to say. Again, so we need to address SOC fatigue. That's a separate discussion altogether. But at the end of the day, it's the tactic that I want to draw your attention to, primarily in terms of how they are keeping the SOC teams tied down. So you can see the level of innovation that's going on from the hacker side. They're doing a lot of things that that is really tying our hands down and not really giving us adequate time to or bandwidth to give a quality response to them.